Val Kilmer with the scarf.
I saw Val Kilmer with the scarf. Val Kilmer looked good. Listen, Val Kilmer acted without saying a word, and he did a better job acting than all those fucking young guys. Motherfucker didn't say a fucking word, Val Kilmer. And he was way better than that Teller guy with the mustache that drove me fucking crazy, and the other pretty blonde that was talking shit. That dude, and what bothered me the most about that movie is that young kids are seeing that shit, thinking that's how you act. Let me tell you something. You act as creepy as that blonde dude or Miles Teller, and somebody's gonna bust your fucking head. Because that blonde guy, that's all he needs, is a good smack to the face. You grab him by the throat and say, "Shut the fuck up, pilot boy. I'm the Captain Kirk of this fucking enterprise." And that Penn Teller with that I don't know what's going on with these people that think they look cool with these creepy fucking mustache. You look like a professional cocksucker. You look like a professional cocksucker with that fucking mustache. The 70s are gone, you stupid motherfucker. Everybody's talking about. Then after I turned off fucking Top Gun, we put on that fucking Blondie shit. That fucking. Oh my God, that was bad. That was really fucking bad. I mean, we were like, turn off the TV. I'm exercising this fucking television. They got bad fucking TV. That I'll tell you what was good though. That fucking Dahmer shit. White people are losing their fucking mind. I watched the whole fucking thing. I didn't remember this. You know, people already talking shit. The story wasn't true, but listen, Dahmer was real, cocksucker. I remember going up there 6 years after that and doing that club in Green Bay, maybe, wherever the fuck it is, not Green Bay, Milwaukee. I did that club in Milwaukee, and one of the guys at the bar, the janitor dude, I don't know if he was a janitor, like a maintenance guy. I was like, how far did Jeffrey Dahmer live from here? Dog, it was like giving that motherfucker a line of coke. He didn't shut up for 2 hours. He started telling me shit, stories about bars and places because a bunch of shit came out, I guess, after he fucking died. But that TV show is fucking buck wild. If you haven't seen Dahmer on motherfucking, I mean, this guy was doing some creepy shit. I guess the building got knocked down, but Jimmy Florentine said he went to the Dahmer Hotel where he used to take those guys and fucking give them pills and he would dose those motherfuckers. But listen, all those little young fucking creepy kids he fucking killed, I gotta tell you something, they would pray for me to dose them, because whatever the fuck he was dosing them with was killing those. He was trying to make human fucking zombies.
Mm-hmm. That's what he said the first time.
Liquid IV, making it fucking happen on a Monday morning, cocksuckers. Vitamins, minerals, hard-on juice in there. Everything's in there, but no. I watched that fucking Dahmer, and it blew me the fuck away. And I liked how they shot it. They showed you what he did. Then they tell you the fucking story. So now you know, if you got a creepy kid that's fucking...
His parents were fucked up.
Yeah, his parents were fucked up. But you know what, man? I mean... You can't blame everything on the fucking parents. Can't. When you have a child like that, I mean, even their parents are in shock sometimes. I mean, you never know what the fuck the kids are thinking or doing. I mean, listen, man, my mother wasn't involved in my life how I wanted it to be, even while she was alive. I had a mom that really trusted me, and she didn't look through my shit. You know, it was like pretty fucking cool. And as a parent, I don't want to look through my daughter's shit and get on a computer and see what the fuck she's doing. But you gotta have a grasp. And I gotta tell you something. If your kid is fucking creepy, you should know it. Yeah. Like, if your kid is fucking creepy, you should fucking know it. You know, this kid, his mom was a whack job. The dad taught him how to open up animals. And when the dad taught him how to open up animals, it was something innocent. It was like a project, like going to biology class and opening up a frog. At least that's how I saw it. Maybe you guys didn't see it that way. But to pick up and get fucking shit from the, what do you call those animals? Roadkill. Come on, guys. But that takes a different animal. You know, listen, you hear all these things about, when I was a kid, if you want me to be fucking strictly honest with you, I think I threw some fucking rocks at some cats. You know, when you're a kid, like if the animal I hated the most were fucking flies. I hate flies. When it comes to flies, I am not a Cuban Buddhist. You know me. I fucking, the other day by mistake, I hit a fucking squirrel. You know those fucking things that get stuck in the street and they try to go backwards and forward. And I thought I passed him, and also and I looked back and I saw his tail. And I had to pull over and say a fucking prayer. That's a little animal. I didn't mean to do it. When people start killing cats, and that's a fucking problem. And listen, if you do it one time, like I had a friend who once told me he fucking threw a rock at a dog, but he goes, I felt so bad after that. I was 6 years old. I get it. You're a fucking kid. When I was a kid, I took a piece of metal one time and hit my dog in the head with it. My mother had a French poodle in 88, and when we lived on 89th Street, and I don't like French poodles. She used to bite me and shit. So I remember one time I hit her with a pipe. It wasn't even a pipe. It was one of my drum kits. It held like the snare drum. And I'll never forget, I was going to fucking burn her with the pipe. So I took the pipe and I put it over fire, like an idiot that I was at 6, and not realizing that the fucking heat was going to come up to my hand. Yeah. So I'm holding, I'm going to burn the cat or the dog or whatever the fuck I was going to do. And I just lifted and I got blisters on my hand. And I never fucking burnt the dog, thank God. But I think I hit the dog with a pipe one time. My mother nearly fucking killed me. But that didn't warrant it. Like that was never my, I killed flies. I fucking hate flies. One of my friends, Dean LaPrete, told me once that he saw me kill like 30 flies one day and take the wings off all of them and put lighter fluid on them and light them on fire. I forgot all about that, but it sounds like something I would do, But, listen, you can't look at your child and predict the fucking future. You just can't. When I was watching that Escobar thing, when he gets killed, the mother's on a bus, and it comes over the radio that Pablo Escobar got killed, and people were clapping, and she was like all heartbroken. And when she went to the body, she was telling them, she goes, people said my son did all these things. As a parent, we don't even believe it. We live in so much denial of our kids, that we have to see it. Like we have to. So instead of fucking not paying attention to your kids because you don't want to know the truth, it's like anything else. We don't want to know something, we won't pay attention to it as human beings. Like we don't want to know what the fuck is going on in there. Something's wrong in there. That this isn't fucking right. So I enjoyed the Dahmer. I'm not a psycho. I just enjoyed it. Again, as entertainment, guys.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Oh, the guy that played Dahmer? That's my boy. That dude was on a show called Mayor of Easttown.
Was he on that?
He was the cop that got shot in the head. That was the good-looking guy that was taking her out to dinner and shit.
An American Horror Story?
Yeah, he's an American Horror Story. Listen, there's nothing better than watching good acting, good writing, a good script, I mean, I don't need it all to be an Academy Award. I just want to be entertained when I watch TV or when I go to a movie. I want to, when you watch a Jerry Bruckheimer film, like Jerry Bruckheimer is all over fucking CBS, right? He pretty much owns CBS. So when you watch a Top Gun, it looks like you're watching CSI, like one of especially they use lenses and shit to make it look like the movie in the 80s, and they really tried. I gotta tell you something else I didn't like about that movie. You ready, guys? A Mexican pilot at Top Gun. No. I never saw a Mexican pilot in one of those Top Gun movies. They had to be, what's that when you have to put everybody in the movie? When you have to put blacks and Chinese, diversity. Diversity is coming to fucking films now. And again, the world is changing, entertainment's changing, everything's changing. I'm not ready for it to be that diverse yet. You got to sell me on it first, I was waiting for a transgender pilot to walk out any time. I really fucking was. I really was. I'm like, wow. This is Jerry Bruckheimer. This is CBS. Look what he's doing already in film. Like, I understand television with sponsors and stuff like that. But if you're already doing it in film, we're going into a different fucking direction here. But, hey, listen. like I said, whether it's a one-man show, it's a movie or whatever, you got to get really entertained from time to time. And I know it's rough. I know it's rough to look at concert tickets and go, fuck, $200 to see my favorite fucking band, you know, but guys, every once in a while, I want you to take your favorite band and figure out how to go see them. Or somebody new, you know, somebody you've never fucking seen before. I just heard something the other day that, and they're not even advertising it, B-52s are doing their last tour. It is completely sold the fuck out. Like completely sold out. I like the early B-52s, the first two albums when they had the heroin guitar player that died. He added a different fucking dimension to it. I mean, that guy's great. The first album, Rock Lobster, and the second one, My Private Idaho, I think it is. I'm not sure. Fucking, he destroyed the guitar. I don't know if I'd go see him now. But there's a lot of good shows. You know, for me, I'm going to start going to see more plays. I don't know what plays. I'm going to try to look at like off-Broadway, like things that I like. I like to see things from the beginning. You know, I like to see the work. I don't mind getting a couple tickets, like one in September, one in December, and one in March to see the progression of it. You learn from that, you know. Really interesting. It's like there's one band that I wasn't a huge fan of theirs. I was a fan of them when they came out, and then as they got bigger over the years, I definitely became a huge fan of them. I've seen them maybe one time, but it's really weird. I'll close with this. It's really weird when you hear them, and the band I'm talking about is Motley Crue. You know, when you put on, you know, what's that? Coming Home, whatever that song is, or all those jams are fucking great. But if you really want to learn something from Motley Crue, put on their first album. It sounds like they taped it in a fucking closet. What's that first jam? Live Wire? It comes on all the time, and I listen to it. It's not the best song in the world, but if you listen to Live Wire from the first album, I think the second album has Looks That Kill on it, right? I don't know the whole... when Looks That Kill came on, every time I heard that song, I snorted a line of coke. That's how much I like that fucking song. She's got... Fuck it. The jam on that is tremendous. But when you listen to the first album and you see where they went like 5 years later, you're blown the fuck away by them. First of all, he's a horrible singer. He was a horrible singer at the end, and he was even worse. In the beginning, he sounds like a fucking mouse. He sounds like a male Madonna on the first album. So next time you hear Motley Crue on the first album, put on Madonna's first album and you go, fuck, they sound like mices, you know? I mean, but you could see their growth. You could see how they improved. You could see all these things, and it just fucking blows you away. So that's why I think I'm going to start going to theaters in New York, like off-Broadway. Off fucking Broadway. Like they got Kinky Boots is back on off Broadway. That's a good movie. I was thinking of going to see that, but who the fuck knows? I'll get AIDS just sitting in a movie theater with my fucking luck, or monkeypox, or whatever the fuck is going around. But that's it, and that's that, cocksuckers. It's a Monday motherfucking morning. Listen, man, if you're sometimes you're in a fucking, you know, it's not working for you. It's just time to to go out and see something completely different. I remember a couple of years ago, I went to see that Chinese shit. The Chinese troupe, Peng Lei, that they do the fucking dragons and stuff. I took my daughter. It was tremendous. It was, you know, and people were like, you went to see that, Joey? You're only the type that would go to see that. I go to see anything to learn something. Just to learn something new. That's how you learn, is by watching other performers that are better than you. You have to just bite the bullet and go sometimes and go, wow. You know what, man? When I was thinking about quitting comedy in 2009, 2010, 2011, when the podcast started taking off, I didn't know if I was going to go back on the road. For a year, I went to the Irvine Improv every Thursday night. Every Thursday. Didn't say anything to anybody. I smoked a joint in the car on the way there. I'd call the manager, tell him to let me into the back door, and I'd sit there. And I watched every fucking headliner. From and my favorite one out of all of them that year was Greg Giraldo. You know, I watched Ralphie, I watched Greg Giraldo, I watched Bill Burr, you know, their hour. Not their 20-minute spots in the Comedy Store at a club. Their full hour. And man, did I fucking learn. Just sitting there watching a real fucking headliner just lay it down. And I'm not going to tell you, I brought a little pad with me and I would make little notes that the headliners would do. And I learned more in that year from focusing on Thursday night, just watching a headliner, than I did in probably my whole 20 years of watching stand-up comedy.